Hello and welcome to the bonus video for Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Remake. So, we kind of went off on some weird philosophical tangents over the course of the original LP video, but this video is primarily going to be focusing on the gameplay, and starting off, we're going to be flipping over to the Remake soundtrack that was composed for this game by Sayori Kobayashi, who effectively handles the music for the entirety of the Panzer Dragoon saga or series outside of the original couple games. So, starting up, the first thing we are going to be looking at is FPzero, the special arcade mode that originally is unlocked at the very end of the game when you beat the final boss in the original version. You saw at the end of the first video, it had that cheat code that you input in the remake.
Yes, that cheat code.
Yeah, so it basically, in the remake, that cheat code is the code that unlocks Pandora's Box, whereas in the original game, when it showed that cutscene, it's the code to unlock FPzero, which is this right here.
Well, I see we have a score meter finally.
Yep.
That's weird that they would give this that they would include the score meter here. Like, why is this not just in the game?
I honestly don't know, especially because, like, this is, like, specifically just, like, the arcade mode, because, like, you can see, like, the score is going up, here very quickly is the alternate cheats, which, you can plug these in at any time without beating the game. So the first one is God mode, which entering that one, again, just makes you invincible to any and all, like, enemies and weaponry that comes at you, and the other one, as we mentioned in earlier in the video, is the Unlimited Continues cheat. So these can be entered in independent of the Pandora's Box cheat, and you can basically put them in at any point in the game, whereas I think Pandora's Box only unlocks after you've beaten the game once. So this is just, okay, like, it's stripped down features of Pandora's Box, only, you know, like, they're just, okay, if you're having that much difficulty with the game, here you go, here's some freebies for you.
It's weird to me that they put the score in here in what seems to be, like, kind of the least interesting level. This is literally, there's nothing going on here other than a flat plane of water.
Well, again, this is, it's basically, it's like this in the original game too, where, like, this is just a secret score attack mode where the whole point of this is just to survive as long as you can and rack up as high enough of a score, because as you can see here, yeah, your health is going down here, like, really quickly.
Well, I also saw that it goes up with every kill, so
yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that it was like a time attack type of thing, sort of.
Like, again, though, I feel like the million-dollar question is, like, okay, you have this score system.
Yeah.
Why did you not just put this in the game?
Or make it an option available to you in the main game? Because, like, that, like, the score attack feature, I mean, fuck. Score attack on its own extended my playthrough times of Star Fox 64. Just because it's like, can I make over 1,000 hits? Yes, I can if I go to certain routes and do certain things. I want to get as many as I can. You know, like, even if I was playing the same route over and over.
And again, it's coming back to that issue of just, like, the design timidity and sort of the failure of imagination of just, like, explicitly setting out to do a one-to-one remake of the original game, because that's how it was in the original game, so that's how it has to be in the remake, so...
Yeah. No, we talked about that enough to not have to, like, go over it a whole bunch again. It's just odd. Like, it seems like it'd be so easy to just have an option toggle say, like, hey, turn the score on. And then, like, at the end of the level, just flash a score. You don't even need, like, a high score leaderboard, but just being able to see a quantifiable number would be... Because
apparently, like, they did attach a leaderboard, like, especially to the Steam version, to how far you can get in FPzero. Which, I don't know why that was really needed, but that was one of the innovations that they did. And also, you can see here now, the longer that FPzero goes on and the higher score you get, the faster your health degenerates, and the less killing enemies replenishes it, so, and then eventually, yeah, you just die.
I guess you're kind of limited. You're never gonna be able to get beyond a certain point. Because, like, at some point it's gonna go down fast enough that you're just straight up not gonna be able to recover.
I would,
yeah,
I would actually be kind of interested to see what, like, a task level perfect play.
Yeah, like what's
is.
the score ceiling? Because it seems like you're gonna hit a ceiling at some point, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm guessing probably in like the 500,000 or 600,000 range, maybe 1 million if you stretch it. Like I think like the Panzer Dragoon like remake Twitter was occasionally posting like people's high scores for like what they got in FPzero. So I might have to check that out. But anyway, here's a mode that is available to you right from the start, and this of course is the photo mode, which is, I guess, the lone new 100% new feature to the original, or to the remake. And it's literally just, here is that photo mode that is in literally every video game now. You've got a couple of color grading options. You can zoom in, zoom out, pan the camera around in a very, very limited frame, always centered around the dragon. And just, yeah, you can take screenshots with it if your heart desires.
Photo modes are fine.
It's also probably like the only way you can reasonably appreciate how much of the actual effort in this went into the environment set and set design.
Yeah.
Yeah, as shown off in this little pan here.
Interesting to me that the rain effect here is actually like 3-dimensional and not just a 2D filter. I don't know if you call it that as it was spinning.
Yeah, no, I noticed that as well, and I think, actually, I don't even know if the rain even shows up in the original version or not. But anyways, there's one tiny little thing that I just wanted to make sure I got with the photo mode here is if you zoom in here, and of course, with me just struggling to figure out the controls for photo mode.
They're on screen, Crow. How can you...
Shut up! But anyways, there's actual dudes on the airship here with, like fucking chain guns and shit. Like, they're absolutely useless, they can't hit you, but, you know, I just thought that was a nice little detail, even though it kind of throws the scale of the airship off, seeing those guys there. But anyways, here is the main attraction of the video, Pandora's Box. So, these were implemented in later Panzer Dragoons, namely, like, Saga and definitely in Orda, but, they kind of, like, loaded up, like, all, like, their lore details and all their cheats into, like, these, like, secret modes that you unlock at the end of the game and you can implement with cheat codes. And it does stuff, like, it gives you, like, all of these, like, pieces of, you know, like, production artwork and stuff. Like, mainly, like, these were, like, you saw all of these on the credits anyway, and I'm also going to be posting full-size versions of them in the thread. But it's just, like, you know, it's a nice little feature.
Concept art is always fun to see in games. I like it when they include the stuff, because it feels less... games feel less manufactured when stuff like this gets included, because it's like, yeah, the devs thought it was nice enough to put in.
And you can also sort of see, like, Megapixel's artists, like, design thought process and how they were going to go about, like, modernizing, like, the very sparse versions of the original enemy and, like, airship designs and stuff. So, like, it is nice in that way from, like, a behind-the-scenes sort of feature. But anyways, here's our main cheats as a part of the Pandora's Box menu. You've got Speed Up mode, God mode, Easy Boss mode, Disable Rider, and Rapid Fire mode, and we're going to be going through each of these one at a time, starting with basically Super Speed mode.
Huh.
So,
our game has very little to it, so let's give you a feature to speed through it faster.
Yep. So, again, just... I have not sped any of... Well, you'll see it in a second, but I've not sped any of this footage up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a pretty dramatic change.
That seems unplayably fast, though.
It is, yes.
Like, what I was expecting was kind of... I don't know, because I guess because it's a rail shooter, you can't, like, fly ahead of stuff. But, like, I don't know, I was kind of expecting, almost, like, boosts in, the ability to, like, kind of boost and slow down like you'd get out of Star Fox, sort of.
Well,
But no, this is straight up, it's just gonna speed the entire thing up. This is, like,
yeah. Like, the good news is, like, it is a toggle there, like, you see, like, basically, like, you push, like, the left stick and right stick down, but, so you can turn it on and off at your leisure, but yeah, no, it just makes the game, like, really super fast, and, like, I think, like, Episode 3, like, in particular, like, takes probably about a minute and a half to clear going that fast.
Is this with, this is the photosensitivity one?
Yeah, so this is what a preview, or sort of a taste of what it looks like with all the lights turned up to maximum.
I was asking
And
mostly to... just in case people needed to not, like... But I assume you would have warned if you were going to suddenly flash some lights. But yeah, I can see...
Yeah, no, this...
I could see
this
there
is
were
like...
slight bloom shaft, or bloom, like, light cones on stuff.
Yeah, and, like, there's a reason why, like, I'm only including the boss fight for this one. It's just because, like, okay, like, it's... Like, you don't have the ambient lighting around you as well, so it's a lot more toned down than what it could be at, like, full power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that is in fact easy boss mode.
Yep. Basically, yeah, literally one hit per phase of the boss, and done.
But why?
Some people look at something and ask why, others look at them and ask why not.
I mean, I guess, but...
What's even the point of having the boss at that point?
Yeah.
I honestly, I do not know, especially because,
such a
like...
strange mode to include.
And again, this is just something that was unique to the remake as well, too. Like, there is no easy boss mode in the original game. But here's a cheat that ultimately was included in the original version. This is Disable Rider mode.
Does it affect the, Does it... Oh, do you not have the little gun? Oh, you still have the manual gun, so it's just he's not on there, that's all. Right?
Yeah, which...
Okay.
Again, in the original version, I don't get why they did this. Like, they probably did it just, like, for gameplay's sake, but, yeah, when you disable Kyle in the original version, like, for the Sega Saturn, you can't use the single-shot blaster anymore. You only have the light arrows lock on.
Well, that I could understand for, like, a challenge of sorts.
And also, here's more of me not understanding how photo mode works. But yeah, just so you see here, just the full shot of it. Like,
yeah.
He is not there.
The man is missing. Quick one question back to the easy boss. Does it... So it's basically like one hit kills on the bosses, but does it do anything to, like, the other enemies that take multi-hits?
I don't think so, no. I think it's only bosses.
What a strange addition. Just make, like, a one-hit mode instead.
I know.
Yeah, that's weird.
And the well, just going back to, like, this mode, like, Disable Rider, like, the thing that I don't get is, like, the inverse option is not available to you, and it wasn't the original version. They literally called it Space Harrier mode, and it was just, okay, the dragon is gone, it's just Kyle there, and, yeah, just play the game with you flying through space sans dragon.
That's funny.
See, that would be...
And also,
why didn't they include that?
For the life of me, I do not know. And also just briefly showing that yeah, the Disable Rider mode carries over into in-game cutscenes as well.
Super.
So anyway, here's where the real fun begins. So just, like, 6 times right on the D-pad, left bumper, right bumper, 9 times left on the D-pad. No, wait, I got that reversed. Anyway, shut up. but anyways, so inputting this mode, like, will turn the start option red, and also once you input this cheat, it will carry over with you until you close out of the game. So get used to seeing the purple blasters because they're gonna be here for a while.
Just stronger shots, I guess?
Yeah, stronger shots, stronger lock-ons. We're gonna see it in action really quick here, and I'll kind of just go over it a little bit more. But yeah, no, you both basically nailed it in one, really.
Why wouldn't they just put that as a toggle option in there in the box?
Honestly, I don't know, and especially because
How much
again,
of this game are we making you question now? You went into this tonight like this is a good game, and today afterwards,
I still think it's a good game. Shut up.
I know. It's a fine game. I'm just having a laugh with it.
But I know, but yeah, but like I said, again in the original version, like there were multiple special weapon modes, whereas in this one it's just the one. So like you see here, basically just when you do your lock-ons, you get these weird purple like energy balls that surround the dragon, whereas here's what it looks like just as normal lock-on. Just the dragon kind of just charges up from its mouth and just like shoots the lasers off, and then again, to my horror, I found out that going into photo mode, just the beams are like literally just like little teeny tiny like energy ribbons, whereas like in the original version, they're like actually fully modeled and rendered and like sort of have like real weight and depth to them, to the effects. But anyways, as I was saying, like in the original version of Panzer Dragoon, there were like multiple special weapon modes, and you could very clearly see like they sort of were Team Andromeda experimenting with what were ultimately going to become the alternate dragon modes for like Panzer Dragoon Saga, Zwei, and Orda. Because like in those games, like you do have the ability to effectively like just transform the dragon and change it from, okay, here's a very lightly armed rapid fire dragon to here's a big heavy slow motherfucker with like, you know, a gun that will just blow up everything in one shot, but you can't do lock-ons with it. So like you could see like the just the emergence of the more in-depth games that they were eventually going to make there. But
is this weapon actually stronger than your normal one?
Oh god, yeah, like you can see how quickly it is making short work of the worms here,
okay.
Whereas
because like the visual effect of the rotating orbs is neat, but you still shoot out like that many blasts if you lock on to enemies with your normal mode. It's just like a visual effect for the rotating orbs, isn't it?
Well, I think the other problem is that the lock-on, I guess that changes later on in the game, but for the most part, the lock-on killed most things in one hit anyway, so it doesn't actually feel like it was a like, this doesn't really feel like you're meaningfully more powerful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, the special weapons in the original version of Panzer Dragoon felt a lot more meaningful in that regard.
And like if you needed the super weapon mode to fight the boss, well, it's a hidden cheat, whereas you have the one-hit kill boss mode as a cheat that is visible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlapping redundancies to this this like sort of cheat spread that you have.
I mean, to be fair, there's only so much you can really do.
Now this is a mode I can get behind, being different enough.
Yeah,
can you lock on at all?
Yeah, no, like episode 5 is like sort of where like the rapid fire and the super weapon really come into its own. Like I had a lot of fun doing this and just completely working over all of these chumps that like took, again, like all of these hits to take down normally.
Yeah, like this is fine.
So, like,
this seems like a fun one to do, a fun alternate mode. Just wish there were kind of more of this.
You know, it's funny in a way. This bonus video is supposed to, like, you know, show off all the alternate stuff in the game, and yet everything that you tell us about it is sort of like, huh, why did they do that? Why didn't, like...
It's stuff that I feel like would be good in the original, or it's stuff that's odd.
It's like all of these bonus features feel like it's just kind of making the game worse somehow.
Except this one. This one looks good. But I thought for a sec that you were limited. I didn't think you could lock on at all. I feel like that would be a better trade-off. Like, you get Rapid Fire Blaster, but you can't lock on.
And like I said, like that they did that in order. Like one of the Dragon modes that you get access to is just, it's basically this. It is Rapid Fire Blaster, but no lock-on capability. So like you have to use it sparingly and strategically.
That ship definitely just phased through the ground.
I noticed that.
Oh, hell yeah, it did.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like, I hit it so hard and so fast that, like, it literally forgot that collision parameters existed.
So where are we now?
So, I wanted to just get this on camera just because, like, we kind of ended the original LP by blue-balling this motherfucker, so I'm just gonna let it fire off its super weapon at me.
Ah.
And as you can see, it basically does nothing.
Okay.
Again, it's a lot more impressive and impactful in the original game for some reason.
God mode on. Final destination.
Yeah. God mode on, hard mode on. Alright, let's see what happens.
You mean you're not going to legitimately fight the final boss?
Oh, fuck no. I'm fucking done with this game at this point, so... And again, like, damage-wise, I don't really think there's, like, that much difference between, like, hard mode and the other modes anyway, because, like, you saw there, like, I basically killed this thing at the exact time that I did in the normal run of it, so it's not like the weapons are doing any, like, less damage.
It's just you're getting hurt more.
Yeah. And so, yeah, here is the exclusive bit at the end of hard mode. You have to fight the Dark Dragon normally a second time, only it's got a slightly tweaked attack pattern compared to how it was in Episode 2.
I was about to say, isn't this just the fight from Episode 2 again?
Basically.
What an extraordinary secret.
Oh, it's got one additional feature that it will eventually show off, although I think I'm hitting it so much right now that it's kind of interrupting, like, its attack pattern, but I think it's coming... Come on, you stupid motherfucker. Put the damn shield up.
Nope, we're shooting egg missiles.
Yeah. Like I said, oh, here it is, yeah. So basically, yeah, it throws up a shield that, like, you can't hit it, although I guess in this version at the very least, like, you can take pot shots at it with the regular blaster and it will actually drain the shield, whereas in the original version on the Sega Saturn it was completely invincible, and it, like, held that thing up for, like, 30 seconds at a time.
It just sounds obnoxious.
Oh, it was incredibly obnoxious, yeah.
It sounds obnoxious, but here I can't help but think that it should be using it way more. Just in general, because... Was that it?
That was literally it, yeah. Like, I honestly don't know, because, like, there was a couple of runs that I did where I wasn't recording it, where it was throwing the shield up all the time. So I don't know, like, if I just, like, fucked with its attack pattern in a certain way that, like, it overrode, like, an AI parameter or something, but, like...
I don't know.
I don't know. The AI...
It's just weird, because it's such a... Like, it's a secret final boss, but it's just the same thing from... It's the same boss you fought earlier. Like, that's not a blame on the remake or anything. That's the original.
Yeah. Although, like I said, I think it's probably, like, the weird remake jank to it that might be interfering with some things too, because, like, you know, this is probably, like, Panzer Dragoon, but, like, probably, like, 90% of the way there in terms of, like, its programming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is very definitely, like, you can tell, like, kind of like, if not a first draft, but, like, here's our first major project for a studio, or at least it kind of seems that way, and it's kind of like a, you know, like Megapixel kind of, in a way, like, sort of bit off a lot more than they can chew, and are just swinging for the fences and just learning as they go. Like, I'm hoping that the Zwei remake is a lot better put together than this one, but...
I don't think this is necessarily poorly put together or anything like that. It's just there's like... Getting back into it briefly, when you're making a remake like this, you can do it a few different ways. You can do it 1-to-1. You can do it like a full like overhaul, or like there's some in betweens. And if you choose to go the 1-to-1 route, you open yourself up to a lot of comparisons, obviously, to the original. And it's like, okay, this is very nice and pretty, and it looks great, but what else have you done to it? And so, but I don't think it's poorly done. It seems competently made. It's just that it's very much a game that released in 1994.
I would again point out though that this is the patched version though.
Yeah,
that's
like
true.
When it first came out, it was a lot jankier.
Okay.
And again, I think from my perspective as just someone who's played the original like a fuck ton of times, like I kind of like know it inside and out, and I know where like all its seams and edges are and where all its jank is. And so like it's kind of made me in a way just hypercritical or hyper aware of like, okay, like,
wait, hang on.
Where
I gotta interrupt you for a second. There were voices?
Yes, there is voice acting in the cutscenes here and there.
There were 5 different people who were credited for voice acting on this?
Yep. Although
this is the original credits, obviously.
This is the original credits because, yeah, like I was like, okay, I wanted to get this in here somehow because like they had this like very beautiful like visual story told over the course of the credits, and just having the cutscene or just concept art there over like the new credits was just absolutely baffling to me. Like, I don't know if they couldn't get the rights to all the drawings and whatnot.
Who knows?
Because, to be honest, like, I honestly don't think this game actually had the backing of Sega, like, for the remake, because, like, Sega treats Panzer Dragoon like its bastard stepchild for some weird reason.
Well, it was an interesting game nonetheless.
Indeed.
And I hope that the remake of 2 of Zwei turns out to be really good.
But anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future with a new LP project. I don't know, but
we will see.
Well, we'll see.
Take it easy.
See ya.